Hey guys, welcome to the 5 Yard Film Sessions. This is the first of what we hope will be many insights into your favourite NFL draft prospects going into the 2021 NFL Draft. Before we get going, I've got to say, if you're here, please give us a like and a subscribe. That goes without saying. But also remember that this site is run by fans for fans. If you want expert analysis, you might want to look elsewhere. But if you want to see what fans see when they're watching their favourite college football players, then stick around. Who knows, you might like it. First up is Brigham Young University quarterback Zach Wilson. The school has him measured at 6'3", 210 pounds. I'm not sure that this kid's 6'3". He looks more like 6'1 and a half, 6'2 to me. I think that number's been exaggerated somewhat there. He's played 30 college games in his career so far, 56 touchdowns to 15 interceptions, an unspectacular freshman and sophomore year. It was really in his junior year where he was free from injury that he enjoyed a breakout. 73.5% of his passes completed, 33 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions. What we like about Zach Wilson, good movement in the pocket, creative with the ball in his hands. He's got an ability to throw the ball accurately on the move, and he's got good arm strength as well. One thing to be aware of, it's not necessarily a weakness of Wilson's game here, but we have to make it clear that he had a superior O-line considering the opposition that he faced throughout his college career. Anyway, let's have a look at the tape. We're going to start with the 8th game of the 2020 season for Zach Wilson. The BYU Cougars are going in 7-0 on the year, and they're looking unstoppable. You can see that BYU are currently camped on the opposition 43. They lead by 13, 1st and 10 in opposition territory. Here's what I like about this play. Wilson surveys the field, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and what you can see is that really good protection from that O-line. He's got a good 4 yards of space to move into. And in fact, if he wished, he could come up with a scramble here. You can see the Mike linebacker eyeing him up. So the scramble would be for a short gain. Instead, he pauses, surveys the field, and unleashes a bomb to the 8-yard line, caught down at the 5. And what you'll see on this snap is 8 men at the line of scrimmage. So we can forgive Boise State for expecting the run. But what we see there is superior arm strength for that catch down in the red zone. His offensive line allows him the time to wait for his receiver to get separation. And if we look at the ball placement, you can see that this is either going to be a catch or an incompletion. Maybe if the safety can get across and make contact, maybe he can tackle the ball loose. But that for me is a deep shot, is a safe throw. It's either a catch or an incompletion. And in this case, a catch down at the 5-yard line. That's the sort of arm strength we're talking about when it comes to Zach Wilson. Next up, game 3 against Louisiana Tech. 1st and 10 on the opponent's 48-yard line. We can see the Cougars are in 12 personnel with a tight end either side of the offensive line. What we can see here is that Wilson immediately rolls back and right. He doesn't wait for the play to develop. He's straight out of that pocket, creating space for himself. And that throw on the move, we can see his back leg leaves the air as he makes this throw. There are 2 things that are impressive about it. Not just the arm strength, as we've talked about before, but the accuracy for a pass on the move. You can see with the video paused here, he could scramble, and again, he could make those yards. And that's one thing you'll see with Zach Wilson. He can use his legs, and he will use his legs, but only when he has to. He does so selectively. And what you'll see is a bomb to the right sideline. And again, the ball placement is superb. The next clip is from the win over San Diego State following BYU's first and only loss of the season against Coastal Carolina. You'll see here the Cougars are in the red zone. They're lined up on the 20. They're up by 6. I've already talked about Wilson's feet a couple of times. We know he can move. We know he can shift on the field. But here we can see the patience in his approach. He takes the snap under center, play action, fakes the pass. He sets his feet, and as you can see, the right side of the offensive line collapses. When Wilson releases the ball, he's got 2 men coming from the right side. And under that duress, what he manages to do is launch the perfect pass towards the back of the end zone for his tight end, Isaac Reck. Again, doesn't really sell that handoff there. That would be one thing that I would point out. But when that pressure comes, he doesn't panic, he doesn't scramble, he doesn't throw the ball away. He finds his tight end in the end zone for a touchdown. Great ball placement. Again, if it's not a catch, it's out of bounds. So that it's another smart throw. The next three clips are all going to be from Wilson's only defeat of the season, which came against Coastal Carolina. Despite the defeat, we saw a lot that we can take from Wilson's performance in this game, a lot of positives that he can take into the NFL. The team's in 10 personnel, 4 receivers, 2 split either side, 3rd and 8 on his own 11-yard line. I've mentioned his feet 2 or 3 times, and you can see here what I'm talking about. I'm not sure whether this is a designed run, but when that B gap opens up, he scrambles, he gets the yards. You can see that as he begins to step right, a gap opens up. 77 downfield creates the space. And when that contact comes, now you could take this 2 ways. When that contact comes, you could either say it's good that he's fighting for those extra yards. If that's a running back, we like it. Quarterback, we like you to protect yourself. Take a slide there. Now, we weren't sure if that last rep was a designed run. This one definitely is. Again, he's deep in his own territory. On his own 24, he's got a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10, 11 personnel, running back lined up on the weak side of the offensive line. There's quite a few things he can do here. He's got 2 receivers out on the strong side as well. He's got a lot of options when he takes this snap. As you can see, he immediately takes off, fakes the throw, makes it to the right sideline for a nice gain. Again, we see that athleticism. He chooses when he uses it, and he's wise with it too. But of course, Zach Wilson is more than a running quarterback, and we shouldn't put him in that box. Just because he's got the feet doesn't mean he depends on them. So let's look at this next snap. Now, the context behind this 3rd and 15, he fumbled and recovered the ball on 1st down for a loss of 5. He then spiked it on 2nd down to save the clock. You can see 22 seconds, no times out left. What we're going to see here, again, ability to throw on the move, vision and arm strength, all in this one play. And the across the body throw. We'll get to that in just a moment. Takes the snap, surveys the field, moves to the right. And again, we see that release. The back foot comes off the ground as he releases that ball. We'll take one more look at this. Rolls out right. He sees the defender coming. Fearless release. And you can see there his receiver isn't free when he makes the catch. Good ball placement. That's a common theme in Wilson's game. And we're going to end with one more clip. This time it's from the first game of the season against Navy. You can see they're in the red zone, 3rd and 10 on the Navy 10-yard line, 11 personnel. Again, we see the back lined up on the weak side of the formation. This shows us his creativity. Now, he's on 3rd and goal, and we're going to end up with a field goal here. But what I want you to see is his creativity when the play breaks down. Takes the snap. He considers that quick screen pass. It's not on. Instead, shovel pass to the running back who gets down for a 5-yard gain. We'll watch this one more time. He takes the snap. His eyes are focused left on his first read. As soon as that isn't open, that shovel pass, 5-yard gain. And that's something that Wilson's got in his locker. In the game against Houston, there was a no-look shovel pass. And honestly, you could watch that rep 10, 15 times, and you still can't see exactly when the ball leaves his hands. He's got that creativity that NFL franchises are going to love. He's got the athleticism. He's got the arm. There is a lot of upside here on Zach Wilson. So there you have it. That is our first analysis of a player entering the 2021 NFL Draft. We hope you enjoyed it. As we said at the start, we're fans making content for fans. So please give us a like and subscribe. Drop us a comment below. Let us know what you think. And let us know which players you'd like us to see cover next time. We've got Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields coming up for the quarterbacks. We want to look at any skill position, but also the other side of the ball as well. So get in touch and let us know which players would you like us to cover in the lead up to draft day. And remember one thing, keep rushing.